Welcome, I've got a treat for you. I'm going to die a bit in a game I haven't played for a while, it's guaranteed. As the title said, I'm playing Thunder Force 4, a game I love to death but one that will kick your ass back to school to punish you with a stick when you haven't played it for a long time. Memory is key for the slightest hopes of survival. This isn't your Touhou Project game, this is classic masochism. And I mean it too, this game is really that difficult. I'll shut up until the intro cutscene is over. Alright, now let's play. I want to start in the default level order and attempt a good playthrough so that you don't laugh at me, and don't you dare laugh until you've gotten further than me without any practice whatsoever. Alright, here I go. As I'm showing you now, this game allows you to alter your speed. It isn't something you need to constantly worry about. It's just there because you don't micro-focus for when the screen is filled by bullets. It's supposed to help you with navigation through tight spaces at slow speeds and dodging enemies at high speeds. Because in a split second, these suicidal bastards fly straight at you. It's wild, you need to focus on any type of shooter like this, be it vertical like Touhou or horizontal like this game. The graphics are very nice, it's arcade 2D style, but that's just the Mega Drive look. You just have to admire it, and you hear that, it grabs your attention with its music. If you hear that and think it's only chiptune, then you can get a new perspective. Moving on. The enemies are pretty easy, but that's just the game giving you false confidence. Deep down, I know I'm going to suffer. Not this time, I was prepared for that shot, buddy. The only reason I'm not dead yet is due to my memory of this level still being somewhat fresh. But I am coming back to this game after an extended period of playing nothing for months. I hope you are as tense as I am. Your hands aren't cramping like mine are though. It's this crappy laptop keyboard. My hands are large enough to spank a target across the damn sky after all. The devs who programmed these visual effects, wow. Now it's time to get serious and hope I don't jinx myself to death. That is the Rhinex itself sounding to alert me that it detected a boss. It does that before every boss fight, a cool small detail. Look at me, I'm a shark now, the boss should be scared of me. You just avoid the tail here, destroy the bullets by firing and you should be fine. Did I just do that? My speed is probably set too fast, doesn't help that I'm not actually playing in full screen. This laptop can't display and record that way, but oh well. There it is, straight out of its little campsite, the coward. He's gonna die for that. So for these bosses you target specific areas. When your shots land and they're orange, that means you're dealing damage. When it's blue, the boss is taking it and laughing at you. For this guy, it's that little orb which the tail is guarding. Shoot that and you've got him. Now he's just taking a moment to pray I don't murder him. I know to slow myself down here, because the orb moves just as slowly. Okay, that charge coming from its mouth you have to prepare for and dodge. Like this. I didn't do so bad for the first level, apart from my little accidental death. Oh, these guys are annoying. They always jump around, they hide behind these extending wall things and other stuff. Ouch. Oh no. So the nightmare begins. This game is now baring its fangs. You think I'm overreacting, but look. It's doing just as I said these guys do. They use those circle wall extending platforms to cower behind. So it's best to take those barriers out, then focus on the enemies after. You also have to watch out for things moving in from the background. You touch them, you lose a life. That fucker just laughed at me. I was cornered. I have to have vengeance. Let's see you hurt me now. That wasn't a smart move. Yeah, the screen gets busy, not in a Touhou kind of way, in a way that the entire game slows down. But you can't blame it for that. Or that. I shouldn't have been so far to the right of the screen in the first place. Let me just try again. This entry in this series specifically has a sort of difficulty path system. I only just remembered it now. Stay at the top of the screen to have an easier time, but you're still gonna die. Or go down to where you suffer. Ironic to hell, but this game isn't hell, it's just what it is. But I think you get more rewards at the low end of the screen, like the satellites which orbit your character. For this series they're called claws. They can shield you as long as bullets don't go past their wide gaps, as well as fire to spread out your own shots, and you definitely want it. And the different types of bullets, whatever you can take is welcome. Gotta be careful. Gotta watch myself. I don't want to die at this mid-boss. It's weird because I usually have an easier time with him. That was when I was still actively playing games in the genre. Now I'm not too terrible. And I am playing this through a small window that's not full screen. Damn it. I just turned into a Japanese suicide attacker, took out the damn thing along with myself. Regardless of how funny that was, I lost a valuable life. Just double checking for any off-screen enemies here. This type I'm currently wielding homes fire on all enemies, not like Reimu's homing, it's weaker to prevent you from being cheap. Only the game is allowed to be cheap. For this ugly bastard you want to shoot at the claw-looking spikes which are firing at you, then you hit its center to defeat it. Alright, now is where I can take it out. I know, I disappoint you, but try playing this in a window like I am. Nah, no excuses, I need to practice again, that's the issue here. Let me choose the Sandy level, the hardest one of the beginning 4, just to see how I fare off. I spoke earlier of the Rhinex, this ship. For those who are interested, it's the name I picked to be my username. I love this ship, it's iconic to me. I've been playing Thunder Force since I was 7, my grandpa had this computer set up, and I was playing on it from the age of 2 or 3. It does relate to my love for the Touhou Project, because I owned an off-brand Famicom that played Japanese Famicom cartridges, but it came bundled with this 9999 million in one card, with all the classic NES games on it, Duck Hunt and so on. But the games I'd play the most on that thing was 1943 and 1945, also Gradius. They kicked my ass, but I got good, very good at them. That was back in the 2000s, CRTs were the norm, HD flat screens didn't come to where I lived until after 2010, believe it or not. Internet was even more rare. In fact, where I live, it's probably the most expensive to pay for in the entire world. When I did get uncapped internet, I started to look for more shoot-em-ups to play. I found this fan game inspired by Thunder Force 5. It played exactly the same as Thunder Force 5, only it was a Touhou game. The character you play as in that game was Sunai. It was from there that I decided to find out what this franchise it originated from. Though it wasn't my first encounter with Touhou, my first was a video of Yumu Kanpaku slaying Link from Zelda. I want to slay this mid-boss that's just a construction of balls. Look at it, it's starting to piss me off. Yeah, run away, you damn chump. As for the 4219 in my username, I won't say much about it. It's simply the number listing of the off-brand Famicom I had. It was called the Super System 4219, or something like that. It looked like a PS1 but with cartridge flaps, and the power button was obviously the power button. But the disc release button was just the reset button, since it obviously didn't use optical media. So my username had some thought put into it. Like hell, I'd come up with something random. For those who do that without thought, they are lazy asses, how dare they? The music that's playing right now is just trying to tense you up. The boss will only show its face after the Rhinex alerts you with its alarm warning thing. And that is now. Oh, I absolutely hate this guy. I don't think I remember his patterns. I'm in trouble now. I think it's fine. The boss fits on screen. The target is everything. I just have to dodge whatever attacks it throws at me. I just die. I'll try again, but I'll just die. This boss, he's fast. I can't determine his patterns and pair those together. It's game over. Is that me giving up? Of course not. But I know that my odds on this very playthrough are not good. God, this thing is punishing me. And again. I'm being absolutely cooked. One would think it's easier after the boss lets go of its orbiting orbs, but it doesn't. It just gets more pissed off at you. And I think that's it for me, just for now. If you watched till this point, thank you very much. And happy festive holidays.